going to do a note to 1225a, just a tiny point. Well, I don't know. Interestingly, the two ladies I was chatting to, you see. Sorry, I'm dropping back into contrary to my advice for a minute. I'm going to analyse the past. They had both left their husbands in their life. One had returned, and then he died later, you know. The other never did return. I think even the Theosophical lady had I'm not sure whether she personally had difficulties in childhood. But you see, in some sense, I was talking to wives, not talking to men whose wives had left. So I had their view, in a sense, didn't I? Well, there must be something that you're doing, Marshall, that's the cause of this common problem of losing 3 wives in a row. Do you see, it's extremely hazardous, rational thought, isn't it? Incredibly hazardous, because we're not that capable. I mean, I may be the world's greatest academic, and of course I am. But it's not enough. I'm also, you know, the world's great expert on decision-making and uncertainty. And I can tell you it bugs everything. Well, you know that yourself, don't you? Our intellect is not proof against it. I mean, it wages war against such, but we don't always win the battle by any means. Is there anything else I wanted to bring up on revisiting that recording? No, I think that's it. And I don't quite know what to make of it, but except to say, yes, analysis of the past is discouraging typically, I'm afraid. We gravitate to what went wrong. Whereas, I mean, I emphasize again that I wouldn't have been without any of the 3 marriages for the world. In hindsight, I'd go through it all again. I'd just say thank you, God, for such wonderful experiences. Yes, it was tragically difficult at the end of each one, from my view. But you got me through. Love you. Love you, Heavenly Dad, that you chose that was the best thing for me, as I trust and understand. If it brings me closer to you in such a life eternal, why would I ever be anything but utterly thankful to you? Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. Yes, and another point, we ended up, I'm sorry to say, heavily focused on what I had done wrong, if you like. They weren't accusative, not like that, but, you know, what my mistake or my trait must have been that caused the 3 wives to go. We weren't analysing why they left their respective husbands. And I'm sorry, I'm so egocentric, I totally missed that point. Do you see, I mean, the intellectual approach is so arranged with pitfalls and delusions and errors and mistakes and blind alleys and blindness generally, because it's led by our personhood. what we value, what we don't, what we want to see and what we don't want to see, and all our hang-ups. We're not equipped like some blank computer that comes to life purely as a logical genius that's going to work out the solution to the universe. We're not like that. And I'm tempted to say, thank God for that. We're people. And it might not be a good idea to try and worship a computer. Our God is best as a person that's on our wavelength, if you like, or we're on his. We're children of God, our Dad. I think that's what the Jesus story got so right. What do you think? It's very important what you think, love. What do you think? Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.